Friends, I welcome you back to the second part of today's session. In this session now, our discussion will continue on exemptions under GST. We have majorly discussed these three services which you can see on your screen. Now we'll go ahead and discuss other services. Okay. So see, fourth one that we have to discuss is agriculture related services. Do you know that agriculture related services are exempt? Means these are the services which are availed by farmers. So you know the end cost for farmers should be less. It should be as less as possible. So inward supply taken by them is exempt. Right? Agreed? Got it? So I will tell you in general what is exempted in this agriculture related services. Any training services that you are giving to farmers is exempt. Apart from that, what is exempt? Any type of leasing of agro machine is exempt. Leasing of land for the purpose of agriculture. Okay. Then any type of service which makes agricultural produce marketable, like threshing, drying, sun drying. Then fumigation services. Fumigation means, you know, Ankush, that blowing of, you know, pesticides. Yes. Farm labor. Yes, farm labor is also exempt. So you have to understand, and some type of warehousing for agricultural produce, even that is exempt. And one more thing which is exempt is, you know, commission. Commission means actually agency services given to farmers. It will also be exempt. Apart from that, friends, what else will be exempt is packing, labeling, correct, repacking, which is not changing the nature of agricultural produce. That is getting exempt. Did you understand what all is exempt? Yes. Can we do a question based on this so that you understand it in more depth? I think it's a 9th question. Yes, it's a 9th question. Agro Care Limited, registered under GST, furnishes following details with respect to activities undertaken by them in month of March 21. Okay. Receipts from supply of farm labor. You know, in short, they are giving such outward activities which will be inward for farmers. So it is exempt. First one, farm labor. Charges for seed testing, it will also be exempt. Charges for soil testing, it should be soil testing of farmland, that is also exempt. Charges for warehousing of potato chips. What will happen with potato chips? Potato chips warehousing will be taxable. Very good. Commission received on sale of wheat, as I told you, exempt. Charges for training of farmers for use of new pesticides and fertilizers developed through scientific research, it will be exempt. Very important, next point, renting of vacant land to stud farm. Mind you, any renting even for livestock purpose is exempt, but except horses. So stud farm is given for horse. Horse becomes bit of a luxury, so it is taxable. Okay. Even artificial insemination of livestock is exempt except horse. Agreed? Means breeding of horses. Breeding of horses will be taxable, but breeding of any other animals will be exempt. Leasing a vacant land to cattle farm. See, this will be exempt. Stud farm was taxable, but to cattle farm will be exempt. Charges for warehousing of rice, it will be of course exempt. Charges for warehousing of cotton fabrics, mind you, if it was raw cotton crop, it would have been exempt, but it is cotton fabrics, so it is taxable. And retail packing and labeling of fruits and vegetables, as I told you, it is exempt, entry number 57. So you can check what is the total and tell me what is value of taxable supply. 4,70,000 is value of taxable supply. What all becomes taxable is cotton fabrics 2 lakh and vacant land to stud farm 185. So 2 lakhs plus 185, 385, 385 plus 85,000 potato chips. Yes. So are you getting final answer of 4,70,000? Did you understand the whole issue? Yes. Wonderful. Let's go ahead now. After this, let's go to banking service. Okay, banking service. Just observe which all services we are doing. You know, one major service of bank is exempt. What is that? That is extending of any loans, yes, advances against consideration, Ankush, Darshan, Chaitanya, against consideration in the form of interest. So if consideration Astha is in the form of processing fees, or consideration is in the form of it could be processing fees or it could be any other bank charges, then it will become taxable to that extent, but exempt to the extent consideration is represented by way of interest. Agreed? All of you agreed? Wonderful, wonderful. Very good. Then what else of bank is exempt? If bank is dealing with bank is dealing with authorized dealer for exchange of foreign currency, then that is exempt. Okay, mind you, not the foreign currency exchanged with you, that is taxable. We have seen its valuation also, isn't it? That day in rule 32 we have seen valuation also. So when bank deals with general public, it is taxable, foreign currency. But when bank deals with bank or bank deals with authorized dealer, yes, interbank transaction of foreign currency, then that becomes exempt. So I hope all of you understood this. Yes. One very critical service which I feel that I should tell you right now. I don't know, it's out of the way, but I think I should tell you. Maybe it will be asked in some of the exams. Do you know that you do credit card swipe or debit card swipe, and then the bank charges the merchant? Yes, bank charges the merchant. Means what? In a mall, you went to particular Nike shop and you swiped your card. Now bank will charge to the Nike shop some charges. On that charges there will be GST, but it will be exempt if the transaction is not exceeding rupees 2000. Remember this. That bank is called as acquiring bank. Clear? Remember this. So it's written there in the banking service. You remember this, and we'll go to 7th question. Shall we read 7th question? Check. With reference to CGST Act discuss taxability of following activity relating to bank. Bank extended housing loan to the extent of 50 lakhs to Mr. A. What happens with this? This is transaction in money. Mind you, Ketki, for what you are saying taxable? Okay, I don't know. But this is not taxable. It is transaction in money. Then bank received loan processing fees. What happens with loan processing fees? They will be taxable. Very good, Prachi. They will be taxable. And bank received 6 lakh as interest. It should be interest on loan, not loan processing fee. It should be interest on loan. So interest on loan will be exempt. Wonderful, wonderful. So did you all understand this issue? This is a very typical question that institute can ask you. Okay, sixth. Go to legal services. Sixth. Go to legal services. Okay, understand. So is banking service clear to all of you? Acha, if there is a discount on some bill, then some discount charged by bank on bill, it is also exempt. So interest or discount is exempt. Remember that. If bank issues a DD, demand draft, and charges you bank charges, then mind you, it will be, tell me quickly in the chat window, bank charges you, bank charges for demand draft, or checkbook issue charges, or some any other bank charges. Yes, everything is taxable. Wonderful, wonderful. So आपने इसलिए reply नहीं दिया क्योंकि इतना lame question है. So why to reply to sir to such a lame question? No, I'm just kidding. But I'm happy that you all know. Aditya Singh, yeah, wow. Lame question लगा उसको. Good. Examiner can also ask lame question. I'm asking just to test you कि हाँ समझा है कि नहीं आपको issue. चलो. Now, friends, good. LOC, LOC, line of control. What LOC? Letter of credit. Achha. Yes, taxable. Absolutely. Because in case of this transactions, where you know exporter has to be guaranteed that his money will be paid, bank opens a letter of credit. So that's another banking service. So yes, it will be taxable. Agreed? Chalo, good. Now understand legal services. First of all, you please study legal services in reverse charge mechanism notification also. There is a RCM applicable in case of legal services. Please study that also. Okay, reverse charge mechanism, there are 16 services. One of the services legal services. Okay, understand. There are 3 cases in this. One is legal services provided by arbitral tribunal. Second, provided by advocate other than senior advocate. Third, provided by senior advocate. Okay, now listen carefully. These 3 people or these 3 entities, I would say, or these 3 categories of service provider giving following 3 services are exempt. What 3 services? 1, yes, 1, any service which is not business related. Correct? Means which is a personal service. So any personal service by them will be exempt. Second, what will be exempt? That given to business entity of which turnover in the last financial year is such that registration under GST is not required. Agreed? And what is third which is exempt? Let it be given to anyone, yes, to government, given by anyone of them. So central government, state government or local authority, it will be exempt. Agreed? So any one of these three categories giving service to any in any of these three cases will be exempt. But friends, when I am talking about individual other than senior advocate giving service, which is a legal service, to whom? To anyone, to any what? To any individual or to any other firm of advocates, then it is exempt. Agreed? Means who I am? I am other than senior advocate. Means this is given in Advocacy Act, whether I am senior advocate or not, that you don't have to learn as of now. But Kashish, what is happening? I have just started my practice as an advocate. So I will be for sure not senior advocate. So from whom will I seek the work? Mostly I will seek the work from other advocates. They will outsource me their work. Those advocates who are busy, they will outsource me their work. समझ में आया कशिश? Now when I do work for them, that is exempt, because services provided by an individual other than senior advocate to a firm of advocates or to other individual advocate, legal services, these legal services are exempt. Agreed? Acha, what if senior advocate provides such service to another advocate? Then it is taxable. Wonderful, wonderful. So I hope you understood it. Kashish, taxable or not taxable, इतना ही बोलना है. अभी यहाँ पे we don't have to involve whether it is under FCM or RCM. Taxable or not taxable, only that much you have to tell. Correct? So आपने एक step आगे वाला बताया RCM, but I just want, as of now, it's taxable or not taxable. I hope all of you understood it. Let's see, friends, question on this. 8th question on page 3. Mr. Abhishek, an advocate, has rendered following services in month of October 2020. Okay, who is Abhishek? See, Abhishek in first situation is advocate other than senior advocate, and in second situation he is senior advocate. So in both situations you tell me the answer. Okay, first point, he is giving service representing Mr. B in his divorce case. What will happen when he gives service to Mr. B in divorce case? Shraddha, it will be exempt. In both cases means Chaitanya, he could be other than senior advocate और सीनियर एडवोकेट, दोनों केसेस में वो एग्जम्प्ट हो जाएगा. यस, एज सर्विस इज गिवन विच इज पर्सनल इन नेचर, और यू कैन से इट इज गिवन टू सच एंटिटी विच इज नॉट अ बिजनेस एंटिटी. एग्रीड? नेक्स्ट, representing Mr. C, an architect by profession. Okay, represent in relation to his GST liability, and Mr. C's turnover in last year was 25 lakhs. You all know that registration in GST is required when turnover exceeds 20 lakhs. We are talking about services. Architect means services, no? Means my simple question is Mr. C's turnover exceeding the limit where registration is required? Answer is yes. So any legal service given to him will be taxable. Agreed? पक्का? कभी कभी यकीन नहीं होता आपको समझ में आया कि नहीं. अच्छा है वंडरफुल. मुझे तो क्या, मैं तो ये एटलीस्ट दिस आई एम टीचिंग फॉर एटलीस्ट 25th time in this year. I am talking about this year, calendar year. Okay, so I too can speak it anytime. You tell whether you have understood or not. And friends, last situation is most interesting. Very good. Legal consultancy given to Sunil and Associates. Okay. Now Sunil and Associates, partnership firm of advocates. What happens? If turnover was not given, okay, for sure it is not taxable when such service is given by advocate other than senior advocate. But for senior advocate, it will be taxable. Senior advocate, it will be taxable. When such service is given by senior advocate, it will be taxable. Agreed? When it would have been exempt, Ankush, even if given by senior advocate. ये interesting point है. Even if given by senior advocate to another advocate, very good Aditya, such service would have become exempt if turnover in last financial year was not exceeding rupees 20 lakhs. But here turnover is 28 lakhs. So when given by senior advocate, it will for sure become taxable. He cannot hide himself under any of the clause. Agreed? Understood? Yes, sir. Okay, very good. So legal service also done. One question coming up. Sir, if individual other than senior advocate provides, yes, I will just modify the question. If individual other than senior advocate provides legal services to another individual or firm of advocates, then it is exempt irrespective of turnover. Yes. Clear, Aditya? How I modified your question and answered it? Yes, sir. Clear. See, this saying, can I repeat the last point? Yes, I can repeat. I will repeat. Suno, what I said, Siddhi. Siddhi, I am Mr. Abhishek and I am other than senior advocate. Means Siddhi, I have just started my practice, and Siddhi, you are another advocate, and I gave you services, legal services. Siddhi, I gave you legal services. Is it exempt or is it taxable? Siddhi, answer. I am other than senior advocate and I gave you legal services. You are also an advocate. Yes, wonderful. Services which I gave you are exempt. Now Siddhi, let's change the case. I am a senior advocate and I gave you legal services. You are advocate. Will it be exempt or taxable? It will be taxable. Very good. Prima facie it will be taxable. Prima facie means pratham darshaniya. First of all, directly when you look at it, you understand it will be taxable. But Siddhi, when there is a chance of exempting that also, there is a chance of exempting that also when your turnover, Siddhi, in last year was not exceeding 20 lakhs. Then exemption will be claimed on that criteria, isn't it? हम तो chartered accountants है. We want exemption. We will search for exemption. If not this clause, we'll search another clause. Agreed? But in Siddhi, in given question, what is the turnover of that Sunil and Associates? That legal firm, its turnover is 28 lakhs. So if as a senior advocate Abhishek I am giving service to them, it will become taxable. Agreed? Which Anagha is asking one question which prima facie I have not understood. Which service and all regarding senior advocate is exempt means? Anagha, only and only what we discussed right now. Those outward supply of services by advocates are exempt. Agreed, Anagha? I mean, which service and all means I did not get your question fully. But I will try to tell you like this. What we discussed right now regarding advocates, only that is exempt. Sahana is asking, along with turnover, is there any? She must be asking, sir. Again, my answer will remain same. We discussed 3 outward supplies. Anagha, we discussed 3 outward supplies for 3 types of advocates. It is exempt. And for other than senior advocate, we discussed the 4th one. Prachi is saying, no, it is only about legal services provided by advocates. Yes, yes, yes. Only legal services, of course. So when I am saying advocate, I am presuming that it's a legal service provided by them. Was that your doubt, Anagha? Is it clear? Yes, wonderful. Chalo, let's go ahead. Good, Prachi, good input. मेरे साथ रह के आप खुशा होने लगी. चलो चलो चलो. Jokes apart, which one was the joke that you recognize? Okay, friends, then what next? Which service you want to do next? 7th, by and to government. Okay. Passenger transportation. Yes, passenger transportation we have to do. Then we have to do goods transportation. Goods transportation is given by whom? Which all goods transportation services we have to check? Goods transportation given by GTA, transport by railway and vessel. Yes. Courier. You know courier is taxable. Yes. Let's discuss these 2 things. Check. So what happens in passenger transportation service? What you have to remember, specifically Purushottam, you have to remember that passenger transportation means public transportation wherever involved, that's going to get exempted. Public transport means what? It can be the metered cabs, metered taxis I am talking about, Kalipili in Mumbai, then e-rickshaws, rickshaws, monorail, trams, metros, all this is going to be exempt. Transportation by way of vessels within India, all this is going to be exempt. Agreed? Trains, traveling in trains is going to be exempt except by way of AC or first class. Stage carriage means bus is going to be exempt except when it is AC. Contract carriage is going to be exempt except when it is AC. AC is involved, luxury comes into picture, deemed That's why it becomes taxable. Metro is also AC, but that's a need. You're getting my point. Metro goes underground sometime. You cannot survive without AC. Okay. Then I had told you that some air travel which starts or ends in specific states, that is exempt. Yes, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura and Bagdogra in West Bengal. Okay, chalo. So all this is exempt. Let's revise this concept with help of fourth question. So all important points will be revised. What happens when it is service of transport of passengers by vessels in national waterways? See, if it was for tourism purpose, it would have been taxable. But it is not for tourism, it is exempt. Service of transport of passengers by AC stage carriage. AC stage carriage becomes taxable. Service of transport of passenger by non-AC stage carriage. Non-AC stage carriage becomes exempt. Service of transport of passengers by contract carriage for tourism. Since it is for tourism, it becomes taxable. Service of transport of passengers from Mumbai to Chennai port in vessel, and such services not for tourism. So obviously it is exempt. See, for tourism again it becomes a luxury. Service of transport of passengers in metered taxis. Metered taxis becomes exempt. And mind you, what about GPS operated? Means the one which we use via Ola or Uber, those are taxable. Wonderful. You have seen in that how to connect. You have seen in that the liability to pay tax is of e-commerce operator, section 9 subsection 5, not RCM Prachi, but it is liability of ECO, section 9 subsection 5, because you cannot collect from those cab drivers. No, TCS is not there. 9.5, liability of ECO to pay GST. No TCS in that case. TCS is in case of Amazon. When supplier sells goods via Amazon, then Amazon collects on behalf of supplier. Amazon, while making payment to supplier, should collect tax at source. Okay, understand? Huh? That is different. This is strictly liability of ECO. 3 cases we had discussed. You remember 3 cases where it is liability of ECO to pay GST. Case 1, cabs. Case 2, hotel, means accommodation service provided by unregistered person. And case 3 is housekeeping services provided by unregistered persons. Abhi yaad hai kit ki? Yes, there is no question of GST in these cases. Wonderful. Correct. Urban clap वहाँ पे ECO बन जाता है. Absolutely right. OYO बन जाता है second case में, first case में ओला बन जाता है. Right. तो in that case वो supplier की liability है ही नहीं, तो TCS का सवाल ही नहीं है. Okay, चलो. Tell me next. Service of transportation of passengers in non-AC contract carriages. Exempt. And service of transport of passenger in AC contract carriages. AC contract carriage, so it will become taxable. You can afterwards check what is the value of taxable supply in this case. Okay. If anyone has calculated now, tell me. Prachi is saying what? 70 lakhs. For sure 70 lakhs तो नहीं है figure. इतना पक्का है. अच्छा 60 lakhs. चेक करते हैं. We'll just check it quickly. It was question number 4. $60 lakhs है. Check. Yes, it is 60 lakhs. Very good. Very good. Anagha, did you understand? Yes, you have only given the answer. You understood, Anagha? Yes. Then, friends, next, what are we going to? Next, we are going to transportation of goods. Do you know what is GTA services? GTA means, yes, apart from full form, GTA means such person, yes, who is transporting your goods and a lien of goods is on him. Means he is responsible for your goods. He takes the responsibility of those goods. Lien, he issues a consignment note. The feature of GTA is that he issues consignment note. Okay, so GTA services, mind you, are usually taxable. What word I am using? I am using the word usually, because some goods transported by GTA are also exempt. Okay, so what word I am using is usually. And rail vessel, some goods transported are exempt. Some goods transported are exempt. You must be knowing that list. What trick I had told you in the class? What happens in case of rail and vessel? In rail and vessel, how many goods? Can anyone tell me? Totally, how many goods in case of railway and vessel? Yes? देवी और सज्जनों, आप उत्तर देने का समय आ गया है. फास्टेस्ट फिंगर फर्स्ट. देखते कौन देता है सही आंसर. Only 6? Can't recall. Wow. Question again, Aditya. Question is, how many goods are there in that list that those many goods, if transported by railway or vessel, are exempted? I'll tell you examples. Relief material, याद आ गया? रिलीफ मटेरियल एक है उसमें. मिल्क है. अरे मे बी क्या है, 11 क्या है, 8 मे बी क्या है, किसी को भी नहीं पता. नो वन नोज. फूड ग्रेन्स है, सॉल्ट है, ऑर्गेनिक मैन्यूअर है, ठीक है, न्यूज़पेपर है, मैगजीन है, बट एग्जैक्ट किसी को भी नहीं पता. पल्सेस है. रेलवे इक्विपमेंट भी है. देयर इज रेलवे इक्विपमेंट ऑल्सो. But how many are there? Tell me exactly. Someone open it and tell me. Defense equipment is also there. Yes. Asta is saying military equipment. The defense है word. Word is defense. ठीक है, चलो tell me. कितने items में चाहिए वो? Because finally you have to give the exam. You have to tell me how many items are there. पक्का 11 है. ओके, ये ना क्यों मैं बोल रहा हूँ, वाई एम आस्किंग देम टू यू, बिकॉज दे आर कंपेरेबल विद GTA. इन GTA सेम कंटिन्यूस -1 +2, याद है? सो यू फाइंड आउट हाउ मेनी आइटम्स आर हियर. इफ X आइटम्स आर हियर, देन हियर इट बिकम्स X माइनस एक आइटम which is railway equipment and plus 2 items. वो 2 items क्या है? What are those 2 items? वो पॉइंट है 1500 वाला एंड 750 वाला, याद है? 1500 वाला पॉइंट एंड 750 वाला पॉइंट. What is the point of 1500 and 750? Do you remember in GTA? Yes, if in a single, so you find out, huh? Actually, this is not my work now. You find out how many items and you will get कि यहाँ पे कितने, यहाँ पे कितने. Okay. Listen now carefully. What you are saying, Anagha, 7 are there. 7 are there where? In railway vessel. 7 are there, she is saying. So यहाँ पे 7 है. If there are 7 here, then it will be 8 here. यहाँ पे 7 होंगे तो यहाँ पे 8 होंगे. 7 minus 1 plus 2. Find out. Okay. वो दो कौन से? Which are those two that is important in GTA's case? Okay, if only my goods are transported in a vessel, in a tempo, only my goods are vessel नहीं हो सकता ना, it is by road, so only my goods are transported in a tempo, and what he is charging from me is less than 1500. What he is charging for me from the services is less than 1500, then it is exempt. Okay. And secondly, if multiple people's goods are being transported in that vehicle and what he is charging from me is up to 750 rupees, then it is exempt. Okay. चलो, let's do questions based on this. आगे आपका favorite question. Compute value of taxable supply and GST liability for transport of goods by rail by Indian Railway within India. Okay, लोग पूछते, people ask, is it really in lakhs? 13 figure, transport of other goods 5000 lakhs. Yes, it is really in lakhs because we are talking about Indian Railway. ये कोई private player नहीं है. You see so many railways, मालगाड़ी बोलते हैं ना उसको. Those are being, traveling so much and carrying so much of goods. So yes, they must be giving services of such high value. What happens with transport of postal mails, postal bags? It is not exempted anywhere. So it will become taxable. What have you given here, Aditya? 10 to 15 years? Means I did not get you. 10 to 15 years means for what? So nothing. Okay. By mistake. Okay, fine. Transport of household effects is also taxable. Many students make mistake in third point. Transport of petroleum products, it is taxable. Mind you, sale of petrol, that 5 fuels is not taxable, but transportation services is of course taxable. Transportation service of petrol is taxable, no? That 5 fuels, 9(2), section 9 subsection 2, which are kept out. Yes, petrol is kept out, but transport of petrol is taxable. I'll modify, Ankush, the statement that you have made. Petrol is kept out of GST, but service of transportation of petrol is taxable. Okay. Chalo, so don't make mistake in this. Transport of relief material to flood affected areas, exempt. Transport of newspapers and magazines registered with Register of Newspapers, exempt. Transport of milk, exempt. Transport of tea, taxable. Transport of sugar, taxable. Transport of alcoholic beverages, alcoholic beverage is kept out of GST, but transportation of alcoholic beverage is taxable. Very good. मैच्योर हो चुकी ऑडियंस अब. ये सब मिस्टेक्स मेन बैच में हो गए अब. ओके. ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ डिफेंस एंड मिलिट्री इक्विपमेंट्स exempt. Transport of organic manure exempt. Transport of baled cotton will become taxable. And lastly, transport of other goods, obviously Shraddha, taxable. Take total and tell me what is the assessable value. It should be 5197 lakhs. And GST on that is at 5%, so it should be 259.85 lakhs. Did you all understand? Are you getting confidence? Is your burden of main studies going down? बस आपका बर्डन कम होना चाहिए, कॉन्फिडेंस आना चाहिए, कुछ एनर्जी लगनी चाहिए पढ़ने में. डेफिनेटली. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. जो लोग लाइव तो अटेंड करते, माई 100% ब्लेसिंग्स विथ यू. सबके साथ है, बट आपसे जो ज़्यादा सॉफ्ट कॉर्नर डेवलप हो गया. यस यस यस. मे गॉड ब्लेस यू. चलो लेट्स सी. एकदम मतलब दिल से निकली हुई दुआ है. ओके. मतलब स्टूडेंट्स क्या करते हैं, एग्जाम के पहले मैसेज करते, ब्लेस अस. सो बेसिकली आई एम नो वन टू ब्लेस, बट मे गॉड ब्लेस यू. बट अभी ऐसे पढ़ाते पढ़ाते आपका डेडिकेशन देख के दिल से निकली हुई दुआ है कि क्या 11:35 टाइम हुआ है, हम पढ़ रहे सेक्शन 11. सो वी आर गोइंग ऑन एंड ऑन. मैं बकबक कर रहा हूँ. यस. एंड आप सुन रहे हो उतनी पेशेंस से. मीन्स आई हैव लाइकिंग फॉर टॉकिंग, सो देयर शुड बी समवन विथ लाइकिंग ऑफ लिसनिंग, एंड यू आर कॉम्प्लीमेंटिंग दैट. सो मेरे लिए त्योहार हो गया. फॉर मी इट्स अ फेस्टिवल, celebration of festival. Chalo, I always seek to celebrate festivals the way I like, right? Finally what, every festival is an opportunity for expression. Some express by decorating, I express by sharing knowledge, you express by gaining knowledge and executing it. So it's a way of expression. Energy is in all forms. Energy is in drawing also, it's in painting also, it's in writing poem also, it's in studying also, it's in teaching also, it's in praying also. So it's the form of energy that we have to capitalize in these days, right? Yes, some specific characteristics are there. Oh, thank you, Purushottam. No, there are some specific characteristics which are present on the earth in these 9 days. That's what my Guruji has told me. So we are just trying to explore those. Okay, that's why the logic behind taking this batch in these 9 days. But you should feel that energy. Some people go on lawns and play dandiya and exploit that energy, explore that energy. We are exploring by some other means. That's it. Try to understand. Okay. जब आपका रिदम होता है ना पढ़ने का, नेवर ब्रेक दैट रिदम. यस, नेवर ब्रेक दैट रिदम. हाउ विल यू नॉट ब्रेक दैट रिदम? व्हेन यू डिसाइड कि अब मुझे 3 घंटे पढ़ना है, यू जस्ट कीप योर मोबाइल असाइड एंड स्टडी. रिदम नहीं ब्रेक होना चाहिए. इट्स नॉट अबाउट looking at WhatsApp for 1 minute. It is about breaking that rhythm which costs. My problem is not about 1 minute. My problem is about that energy falling down. Yes, that focus stopping. That is my problem. So always remember, my problem is not 1 minute of WhatsApp, 1 minute of Facebook, 1 minute of Instagram. My problem is that energy flow breaking, which will cost. Understood? Otherwise, the thing which you have enjoyed unnecessarily because of that energy lapse, that flow will break. So don't let that flow break. Very important. So sometimes in the class, people say that give break, but I just keep on postponing giving the breaks. That's because I don't want to break that tempo. Very important. You also manage this tempo, automatically many things will fall in place. When you're going in a good rhythm, don't let that break. It's good to have similar company for these 9 days. Very good. Really keeps the spirit going. What if you develop that company within you? Think. One very wonderful quote of Zig Ziglar. You know Zig Ziglar? One wonderful quote of Zig Ziglar I came across today. I'll just tell you that quote. Might be it's the most important thing that you need at this moment. The quote is like this. We focus a lot on positive thinking. But what he says here is very important for you to understand. Before you can change your thinking, you have to change what goes into your mind. Did you understand? Then there is no question of positive negative thinking. Only that thing should go in mind which affect and which matters to you. Did you understand my point? My in the sense Zig Ziglar's point. It's not my point, it is Zig Ziglar's point. Yes, so what Ankush you are saying? How to manage in days when there is fatigue to study or lack of interest on that particular day. Ankush, where are you? Can I see your face? Okay, output depends on input, Kashish is saying. Ankush, I'll tell you very simple reason. I mean very simple, fundamental. I will tell you, Ankush. Lack of interest, fatigue, etc. will not happen if you know why you are doing what you are doing. Do you know the reason why you are doing this course? Do you have that underlying reason? If answer is yes, then I don't think you have to find out how. How will fall in place. कुछ समझ में आ रहा है क्या आपको? I qualified as CA at the age of 22. I'm not boasting about it, but I want to tell you this because I had no other option but to be a chartered accountant. Because if I had to change my fate and my days, it was only the only tool was becoming CA. So fatigue, lack of interest, ये सब कुछ हुआ ही नहीं, राइट? हुआ तो भी निग्लेक्ट इन द सेंस होगा ही नहीं ना. व्हेन योर ड्राइव इज सो फोकस्ड, होगा ही नहीं, आपको भी नहीं होगा. If at 9 o'clock I have to take lecture, what did I tell you, friends? That you switch on your cameras. Why? Because when I see at my target, I get a better vision. You are getting the point. When target is clear, vision, of course, vision will get clear, and the means will, you will start looking at the means to achieve it. Yes, so these things happen. I can go on talking on these issues because I keep on learning it from my Guruji, and I'm going to invite him once to speak to you about targeting for your exams. So basically, if the why is clear, how is never a problem. So you will understand it soon. Yes, we'll do that. We'll do that session. It's the need of the hour. Yes, before your exams only. So he can really bless you with his words. Yes, chalo. So who all will be interested in listening to my Guru's words? I keep on sharing status on his quotes as status. So if you are interested, will once invite him. Yes, surely will invite him. And obviously online mode. Yes, some good topic will keep 1.5 hours, and he can address your questions as well. Okay, chalo, fine. Now coming back to the track of academics, एक daily dose चाहिए होता है ना आपको. So someone asked me some question to put me on fire, and then something of this sort happens. See the 6th question. So Ketki, I was telling you na, build that climate within yourself, that you start enjoying. Means I'm not saying you are not enjoying your company, but you start enjoying your own company. That is called as solitude. When you have in front of you one goal and you want to achieve it anyhow means with proper means only, obviously you will start enjoying your company. And one very simple point I will tell you, what is your tomorrow's target? Write it today before sleeping, and when you accomplish, write point number 1 to 10. This I have to do. Example, first point, drafting topic this, suppose corporate restructuring this topic. Write those points. As soon as you start your day, you do that first task and immediately tick mark it. Literally take a pen and tick mark it. That tick marking will have wonderful effect on your brain, right? Have you heard that first thing that you do when you wake up is, set your bed? Why it is so? Because you give a strong instruction to your mind that I am going to be organized. Okay, one wonderful thing my Guruji told me, which I would like to share with you. I hope he permits me. Yes. See, one wonderful thing. All of you think of whom you admire in life. Ketki, for example, tell me whom you admire in life. In chat window you can tell me. Like the person like whom you have to become. It can be someone in your field, someone, your role model. Basically I'm talking about your role model. ऐसा सोचो. कौन है केतकी के लिए? Who wants to share with me? Who is your role model? कोई भी शेयर कर सकता है मुझसे. That who is your, have you thought? अच्छा, किसी ने यहाँ पे चैट विंडो में आंसर्स दिए हैं. वेरी गुड केतकी, वेरी गुड मथिया वथानी. ओके, सो माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज, आपका कोई भी रोल मॉडल हो सकता है. किसी का सचिन तेंदुलकर हो सकता है, किसी का कोई प्रैक्टिसिंग कंपनी सेक्रेटरी हो सकता है, राइट? इफ योर रोल मॉडल is washing one cup, how will he wash it? Can you find any strain on that after he washes? Think. Means the smallest of the things they do with utmost precision. And what is the relation of what I am telling you and this example? If you set your bed perfectly at the start of the day, every other thing you will do perfectly, which follows. Because your mind is a fool. The way mind does anything, mind does everything. What did I say? Way mind does anything, mind does everything. Your mind doesn't see, mind becomes happy. Mind becomes happy because you purchase new flat, and mind becomes happy because you like the taste of something in McDonald's. Now mind is mind and happiness is happiness. Are you getting it? What I am trying to tell you? Can you differentiate happiness? between you liking fries in McDonald's versus you taking new flat? Emotion is same, na? Emotion is happiness. Emotion is happiness. Same way, exactly, same way you have to fool the mind. If you set your bed, mind is ready to do particulars amount rupees column. You never understand this relation. What is the relation between you setting the bed and mind doing particulars amount rupees? It's the same mind. And what my Guruji says is, your mind should work in on a default mode, the way it wants to work. Means today he has put one quote, the way a player plays in the net practice hoti na cricketers ki, the way he does performs in the net practice, in the same way he will perform in the match. Mind will not understand when he is facing the ball, mind will not understand whether it is a net or it is a main match. Same happens in your case, right? That's why always I am telling you in the main batch, particulars, amount rupees, name the statement. Then you think that no, sir is so boring, giving us all these things, we know how to do this. But point is, what we are conditioning you is for the main exams. Getting it? I'm always saying use calci. If you use mobile right now and in exam if you are using calci, then your mind is going to be confused. Correct? It affects 1-2 silly mistakes here and there, and unnecessarily you will lose marks, which otherwise was a habit. Getting it? So there are many things to be shared actually. So to be very honest, I am connected with him because his knowledge I want to pass on to you, because it's very important for you to understand these things at this juncture. So let's see, I'll keep on telling you these things. I'll once invite him also, so you can really be in that energy. Okay, chalo, it's 11:50. Oh, chalo, let's continue. We can discuss about such things daily 10 minutes. Okay, chalo. Today continue 6th question. Calculate value of taxable supply of XYZ transport company engaged in business of transport of goods by road. Give reasons for taxability or exemption of each item. Okay, no freight is received from any of specified category of consignor or consignee. Suitable assumptions may be made. If you read GTA properly, you will understand that when there is a specific category of consignor or consignee, then it is exempt always. Read properly. In this case, what happens? Total freight charges are 13,50,000. Freight charges received for transporting fruits is 1,25,000. Okay, so you know, I said 7 minus 1 plus 2. Friends, it falls in this 7, transporting agricultural produce. So it is exempt. And freight collected for transporting small consignment for persons who paid less than 750. This is also exempt. And freight collected for transporting goods in small vehicles for persons who paid less than 1500. This is also exempt. So actually 1350 includes 1, 2, 3. So what will you do? But 1, 2, 3, this 3 is not taxable, means it is exempt. So 13,50,000 minus 1,25,000 minus 75,000 minus 1,50,000. So 10 lakh is your answer. and calculate GST on that at 5%. 50,000. Agreed? Yes. Please do that properly. Already we discussed fifth question. Now I'll go question wise and what is pending. See, this is simple question. Renting, you can manage this question. Letting out for residential purpose is exempt. Remember that. Only that point I wanted to tell you here. Okay. For your attempt, your November 2021 exams, 2022 exams and December 2022 exams, it is exempt. Okay, letting out of for residential purpose is exempt. Okay, remember that. Afterwards it is becoming taxable, but as of now it is exempt. Even letting out for agricultural purpose, the land, that is also exempt. Remember that. Then this too we did. I want to for sure cover with you one service, that is Resident Welfare Association. Do you remember that service of Resident Welfare Association? To what extent it is exempt? A little bit. Prachi, danger answer. No, you do not remember? Good, then I have opportunity to tell you. There are these societies which charge maintenance. There are these societies which charge maintenance from their members. That maintenance amount, why are they charging? Because they are giving you common lighting facilities, swimming pool, gym, sit out, what not, parking, yes, maybe. So they are charging for that, security guard. So in short, don't you think that Resident Welfare Association is providing service to its members and it is collecting maintenance amount? If that maintenance amount is up to 7,500 per month per member, yes, it is exempt. So when it exceeds 7,500, it is fully taxable. Mind you, it is fully taxable when it exceeds 7,500 per month per member. Agreed? All of you agreed? Chalo, let's see this question. Wonderful. RWA of Blue Heaven Housing Society of Delhi provides you following information. Now see this, Purushottam. Monthly subscription collected from member families is 8 lakhs. Rupees 8,000 each from 100 families. Yes, it is taxable, completely taxable, because it exceeds 7,500 per month per member. Agreed? Next, electricity charges levied by State Electricity Board on the members of Resident Welfare Association. What happens with electricity charges? These are levied by State Electricity Board on members of RWA. So this is not society's expense. It is members' bill which member is giving to society. Society is acting as agent and giving it to Electricity Board. Okay, so this is nowhere taxable. This is personal electricity bill, right? In which society is just acting as agent. You paid to society, society paid to company. Okay, so it's not at all part of value. Then electricity charges levied by State Electricity Board on RWA in respect of electricity consumed for common use of lifts and lights in common area. This bill was in the name of Resident Welfare Association. Got the point? Means what happened is Resident Welfare Association, to give you outward supply, charged you more 4,32,400 apart from 8 lakhs. So it should be included in the value. If I tell you, friends, that your fees for this batch is X rupees plus my internet bill divided amongst you, so don't you think that fees amount only I am increasing indirectly? Same thing this RWA is doing. It's charging 430 to 400 extra. Got it? So it will become taxable. Then proceed from sale of entry tickets to a musical performance. You will read it afterwards that entry tickets, entry to any events is exempt if ticket amount is not exceeding rupees 500 per person. Here it is only 100, so it is exempt. Other services to non-members. Other services to non-members is taxable. So please take total of 8 lakhs, 430 to 400 and 2,92,000. What is it? 15,24,400. But one important point here which I always ask you to read is whether the given value is including GST or excluding GST. It's including GST. So 15,24,400 is equal to 118. So 100 is how much? 100 is how much? 1291,864 is 100, means value. So what is the GST? Agreed? 2,32,536, is it? Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. Friends, and last question for today. Last thing for last two things actually. See, do you remember the point of this? Services given to recognized sports body by individual, they are exempt if services are given as player, coach, referee, umpire, team manager. But what is taxable if given as commentator? Okay, so check that point. And so basically, if it is other than recognized sporting body, like for participating in other than recognized sporting event, means like IPL and all, it will become taxable. Services by sportsman as brand ambassador, they will also become taxable, right? And very important point, sportsman giving coaching services. What will happen with sportsman giving coaching services? Sportsman giving coaching services as individual will be taxable. Very good. And under name of charitable trust, it will be exempt. Remember that. So tackle this 12th question. Afterwards, you can tackle this 12th question. Very simple it is. When receipts were from Sports Authority of India for participation in recognized sports, it will be exempt. Receipts from franchisee of IPL will be taxable. Receipts from acting as brand ambassador of corporate client will be taxable. Receipts from sports academy to coach young players again is given as individual, so it will be taxable. Agreed? Yes, wonderful. Last thing for today, for this session, is, do you know that services given by artists in performing arts is exempt? It should be in classical art form. So what happens if it is in Western music, hip hop, salsa dance, still art like sculpture and all that things will be taxable. Okay, it is exempt if it is service given by performing artists in classical art forms and consideration should not exceed dash. Consideration should not exceed 1.5 lakhs. Another point, if services are given as brand ambassador, then those services are taxable, irrespective of consideration. Okay, so 2 to 3 instances I will tell you. You do this question afterwards, but 2 to 3 instances I will tell you. You tell me whether it is taxable or exempt. A person is acting in television serial and getting consideration of 1 lakh. Person is very good, it will be taxable. Second, person is acting as brand ambassador and doing classical art form. It will be taxable, irrespective of consideration. Yes. Performance is given by artist in classical art form, not as brand ambassador. Consideration charged 1,40,000. Exempt. In same case, if consideration charged 2 lakhs, taxable, entire 2 lakhs. And artist giving coaching in recreational art form. Artist giving coaching in recreational art form is exempt. Yes, very good. Chaitanya, Anaga, very good. It is exempt. Understood? It can be given in capacity of individual also. It is exempt. Okay, artist engaged in doing drawings, paintings, sculptures, it is taxable. Wonderful, wonderful. So you have grasped this topic very well, I think. So I hope, friends, that today's session you liked it. It was, I would say, brush up session. And please do these services for sure. Apart from that, if you want to do any other services, you are welcome. Do those services also. But these are the must which you should not miss out. Okay? As usual, before going to sleep, please give your feedback in 20 words, which will motivate others to take benefit of this batch. That is my only intention. So, good night, and those who are watching recordings, God bless you also. Yes. Thank you very much. Keep studying and keep attending the classes and stay in your own good company, and whatever you are doing, do with lot of flow, lot of focus, lot of tempo. Thank you. Good night.